And much of southeast Louisiana is built by ancient deltas in the Mississippi River. Actually, this delta is not that old. Of course, we have the modern delta, but then we have a brand new one. The Chapalaya River actually has two deltas. But what I want to talk to you about, this bayou is sluggish, and it was pretty clear, but water hyacinth. Everybody thinks it's an invasive species. It's not from here. They brought it here from Venezuela in 1886 for the World Fair. And if you get on the internet and look up water hyacinth, you see that it's being used all over the world in sewage treatment ponds. And right now, I've been raising, you know what, to try to get them. They come and spray. They didn't come and spray this year. Maybe I screamed and hollered enough with. I don't believe in spraying. Period. No. You know, they spray the mosquitoes. They kill some of the mosquitoes, but most of the predators. And we have a mosquito boom after they finish. But anyway, let me tell you about the water hyacinth. When I was
tiny big leaves is the water hyacinth.
Yeah, the big round leaves with they have a flower. I don't see any flower.
The purple.
Yeah, there's one. It's small, but they're usually bigger than that. It's a beautiful. In fact, it was much sought after. To people put them in their ponds but when I was teaching in high school, I taught biology and general science, and I was in charge of the science fair. And anyway, one student came up and said, "I'd like to do a project for the science fair." And I said, "What do you want to do?" He said, "I want to do a display on water hyacinth." I said, "Water hyacinth?" You know, I didn't know that at that time. And this was astounding, and I wish I had written it up and published it, but since then we know. Anyway, we took 4 water hyacinth plants, all the same size, and we put them in 4 containers. One container was in distilled water, pure H2O. The second was in tap water. The third in bayou water like this. And then I told him, I said, what we need is some real polluted water, you know. And so he came down the hall with a bucket of black stinking slime that he pulled out of a septic tank. Principal comes down, almost got run off. Anyway, but we put a water hyacinth in this raw sewage. And after 6 weeks, well, we photographed them. Well, the one in the distilled water didn't grow at all. The one in the tap water grew a little bit. He got about that high, and something like that over there. And the one in the sewage was this high. And the water had got clear. All the slime had settled to the bottom, and the water was clear. So we didn't have any way of checking the oxygen, you know, it was high school. And so we went and got some minerals. And the bayou was right out in front. We put some minerals in each of the, and by the way, the ones in the distilled water didn't do too well, but they survived. But the ones, and they lived in what was smaller sewage. And so that showed us that there had to be oxygen in the water, which there wasn't before. And in India, they're really using these a lot. They have a population problem, and it's helping to solve our. So we're trying to get them to stop spraying. You see what's going to happen? In a couple of weeks, we'll have a cold front, and it'll blow them all out. By the way, if you look up, they even extract heavy metals. The water, if you put those in this water, you could probably drink that water right there. I wouldn't recommend it, you know, but it's probably clean. In fact, we license here. We got let's see if I got anything. We got 1, 2. This is the old time crab trap. As you pull it up, they can't really get out. And I had about 4 of them in there a while ago. Then nowadays, but there's not a lot of crabs in here because this water's kind of fresh. They like brackish water. And this is the crab trap that they use today. And I don't know if I have any in here or not. Now, There's not many out here now. What they do, they come in here, and they can't get back out. And then this top comes off, and you shake them.
What's the space on the bottom for?
This is chicken.
No, under this, like what goes on under here?
They fall in there.
Oh, that's where they.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's where they wind up. Yeah, and then you open the top around here, and it's supposed to have a. I just put this little thing in here. It's kind of broken, but I'm gonna. I wouldn't eat the crabs in here. There's too many sewage treatment plants around here. But I mean, we have life. There's fish here, so the water must be, not too bad. But I just don't like the idea of the sewage treatment plants. If they were all working, the water would be all right. But half of them don't work, and there's raw sewage going into here. So, but
Jimmy, show them the cabins and tell them a little bit about the